Hello, YouTube land, and welcome to the Get In and Get Out Nintendo podcast, episode
28.
28. And I can remove the thumbnail. I am your host, Dantes, and joining me, like always, here we go, like always, Caleones. How you doing, Caleones?
Hey, how you doing, Dantes? How you doing, everybody? And today we're gonna continue with getting get on into the podcast. The first one of the year, and we're gonna do. I guess it's gonna be a little bit different, so we can talk about the main topics and things like that. But Dantes is gonna go into detail of the new format. So go ahead and take it over, Dantes.
So welcome everybody back in action in the new year 2018. We're here, we're fresh, we're ready to roll. Of course, like Caleones was explaining, we are changing the format a little bit. Sections will be moving around, but the key is that we're trying to get to the main topics early to have the big discussions, and then later we'll do a rapid fire on the news. So if you guys just want to hear the topics, you're good to go, then you don't have to see the news. So we're trying to divvy it up better. But with that said, let's do that sweet-ass rigmarole. And now I want to welcome everybody to the Get In and Get Out Nintendo podcast, episode 28, right here at the Force In Unison gaming channel, every Saturday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Please remember to subscribe, like, and comment so you can make these two crazy MFs happy. Also remember, if you don't want to see ugly faces, it's all good. We got a solution for you. Go to SoundCloud and iTunes and download this podcast for free. Rate us over there so you can show up some love. Also, we do have a Facebook page when we go in there. It is called at Force In Unison Gaming. And finally, and Dantes says finally, go to chiguerosnews.com and give some clicks and love to my boy Caleones. With all that said, this is going to change, but Caleones, are you ready? I said, are you ready? So for the 1,000 in attendance and the no one watching, well, a couple of people watching around the way, let's get ready for Reggie's News Center.
My body is ready.
Now, I'm going to say this. It's morphin' time. So Reggie is morphing into Reggie's Nintendo Topics of the Week. Why is it changing and what is the morphin' time? Like I said, we're going to touch on topics, bam, bam, as soon as the podcast starts. And we'll see how that goes with the new format. So the first topic that I want to hit is Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Caleones. So you have played a little bit of Xenoblade Chronicles. I have played... I'm up to chapter 7, 180 hours, 84 hours into the game. And the reason I want to call it a Xenoblade Chronicles Rant, right, is because I have never had a love-hate relationship. And at first, it was a hate relationship. Then it turned into a love-hate relationship. And then it turned into a love. So a lot of emotions, Caleones, when I was playing Xenoblade Chronicles. And I want to put a little bit of gameplay. You guys can see me... level 65, battling a T-Rex level 91. So let's do that right now. Number 9. There you go. Anyway, as I speak to it, why my love or my hate started with this game. It's changing to love-hate, and then it's changing to love, right? A couple of things that still bothers me, but I think I've learned to deal with them, is I hate the core system, the random core system. It doesn't make sense. You have common cores, you have rare cores, and you have legendary cores, Caleones. And out of all my rare blades, and I've been lucky in a sense, I have read horror stories in gaming boards from people trying to get certain blades. I am only missing one from the cores. I am missing 2 others from story, but I know I'm gonna get those from story. So from all the cores that I have opened, I have only had 1 rare blade from legendary, 2 rare blades from rare, and everybody else from common cores. How does that make sense, right? Common core should be the less of a chance on getting rare blades, and most of my rare blades have come from common cores, including Cosmos. That's the first one. The second one is there's something called field skills, and I don't know if you got run into this, Caleones. I know you're in chapter 2, but you know certain things, certain chests that you cannot open if you don't have the specific field skills, or you cannot get to certain areas if you don't have the field skills, right? And you know me, Caleones, when I'm saying I'm gonna do a quest, I want to kill that quest and then move to the next quest. There were times that I was doing quests, and all the time I was getting stopped because I didn't have a field skill. To give you an example, there's a quest with a Nopon who's trying to find his lost child, and this Nopon, you need to give her some medicine and find the right ingredients so she can get her voice and she can sing, and then give her some ingredients that then she can make some delicious food, so then you can finally go get her son. But once you finally go get her son and you talk to him, he's scared and doesn't want to go with you, so you need 2 specific field skills to make him understand so he comes with you. And then when I got all the way, I did all that work on the quest, and then I finally get to it, and then I couldn't finish the quest because I didn't have the field skills. Boom. I was like, really? And I was starting to get frustrated like that, Caleones. I was like getting mad because there was quests that I couldn't finish because of the damn field skills. Aside, it still sucks that you have to engage the blades. They have those field skills and disengage if they're not part of your party. So anyway, those are 2 things that started really frustration with me, right? Then the battle system at first, it is slow. I am gonna admit the first chapters, I would say until chapter 4, the battle system is not that great. But then it opens up, and that's where things started switching for me. So Xenoblade, this game made something a little bit weird. They made the monsters, and even normal monsters, have a high HP. And the reason for that is because they want you to do all the blade combos. They want you to do the topple, launch, and smash, so you can reduce the HP really quick, right? They want you to use the change attack so you can get even more experience and stuff like that. So it was at first, it's a drag because you don't have many blades. You don't have many rare blades. You don't have the allowance of using 3 blades at the same time. That comes in later in the game. So you are really struggling repeating the same combos. It can be a little bit tedious, a little bit boring. So I was struggling, Caleones. Then the story I thought was pretty good. I think that was pretty good. Chapter 3 is where really the things pick up, and people who play the game will understand what I mean. And then the story starts picking up, but then I was struggling with all the systems. So what I mean with that is the quest structure was bad. There's something called merc missions, right? Sending your normal blades to do some missions. Sometimes you have to wait 30 minutes, 20 minutes for them to come back. Then the bigger missions take, like 40 an hour and 20. Anyway. Then the next piece I'm going to say is, then when you get rare blades, each rare blade has a special quest just for them, and this is where you learn the backstory of the blades. The blades kind of become part of your party. They have their own stories, and these quests typically do that. And there's some quests that are really well made for blades, but there's some others. Like, give you an example, Ursula. She's a rare blade, and her quest is that she's scared of singing in front of people. So to make her learn how to sing and how to face her fears, you have to keep sending her to in merc missions. If you have to collect this voice, looks, and soul stamps, and they take 99 of each to complete that quest. And every merc mission is like 10 minutes. So I had to, thank God that I was doing some grinding and stuff like that, and I found Ursula early. I had to keep grinding and sending her to merc missions So that way, at the same time, it opens her affinity shard. Affinity shard also is kind of like what powers up your rare blades. So you want to open the affinity shard as much as you can. I can't imagine people who find Ursula late in the game. I imagine they're going to go crazy trying to do this quest. Anyway, it sounds like I've been complaining a lot about this game. But here's the beauty of it. There was at some point, 60 hours into this game, that everything clicked, Caleones. Everything, all the systems starting to click. I started to find more rare blades in my collection, right? I started to power up those rare blades in my collection. I was allowed to use 3 blades at the same time. The battle system clicked in my brain. Like, give you an example. There's something called pouches, and you have to put food on the or items in those pouches. Those pouches give you some boosts, some stats, or some benefits. Give you an example. One pouch item can give you like 1 second that the specials start to increase. So that means that you don't have to depend on just doing arts to increase your special level to do your combos, to your blade combos. And I wasn't using that. But then I was like, oh, look at this item. So I started leveling up the towns with selling and buying gold cylinders. That then I started getting good items to put in the pouch. So I even have items of refreshing your blade level every 2 seconds. Like 2 seconds, you're basically consistently doing blade combos, right? So I started doing that. I started doing blade combos. I started doing chain attacks. And there's nothing better feeling in this world, Caleones, than bursting those elemental orbs when you're doing a chain attack, right? And I started taking out monsters 5 levels higher than me, 10 levels higher than me, and like you see in that video that I'm showing right now, 25 levels higher than me, right? And then it just started to click. I'm like, this battle system is the best battle system in the Xeno series. Of course, then the story could continue going, and then the story I got involved in the story. I started caring about the characters. So then I was, okay, the story is clicking, the battle system is clicking. And then I started doing quests because I was getting rare blades, so I can finally use their field skills to continue quests that I couldn't do. Then I also had a lot of random blades, a lot of common blades. They had some field skills that you can use to fill up what you were missing. And then the field skills thing did not become an obstacle. I was getting all the treasures that I wanted. I was getting to all the places that I wanted to do. I was able to explore better because if there was a field skill that would stop my exploration, I could then, didn't matter anymore. I'm back, and Caleones is back. Anyway, so that started working out. And then the Mercs mission started getting me items that I'm even using right now, auxiliary cores and stuff like that are making my blades even stronger. And then I was able to level up all the Mercs mission that I already completed on Chapter 7, level 5 Merc missions. There's no more levels after that. So I finished that. And everything clicked. Everything clicked. And then this game, I became obsessed with this game, where it's the only thing I play. It has become my favorite RPG of this generation. Sorry, Final Fantasy 15, you're not even close, which is sad. The Final Fantasy used to be, and Caleones knows this, my favorite franchise, and now it's not even, I don't think, in the top 4, But I still like Final Fantasy. You guys can see there, right there. I still bought the special edition. Look at that Noctis big ass face there. So I still care about Final Fantasy, but it's just Xenoblade has become my premier RPG. Anyway, the whole rant is, and where I am disappointed in Monolith was, even though I love this game, Caleones, this game to me was supposed to be the game that made Xenoblade more mainstream. Switch is on fire. Everybody has the Switch. A lot of people were going to give this game an opportunity, right? And instead of this game, if you play the original Chronicles and X, they're a little bit dictated to the Western market. Even though it has JRPG stuff, it had a good balance of Western and East. So you had that balance. Chronicles 1 would have been the perfect game would have been the one that should have been launching on the Switch, for the first time. I'm just saying, if I had my way, Chronicles 1 should have been that, and that would have made Xenoblade mainstream, because thanks to that game, that's the fans that we have, is because of Chronicles 1. But it didn't have a huge audience on the Wii, because at that time it came out, the Wii was already dead, and no one was playing the Wii. So that's the sad part about the game. It took 2 years to come to US, when the game was launched in Japan 2 years before, right? Which is the sad part about it. So anyway, so this is the game that was supposed to be the one that took Chronicles to the mainstream, to a lot of people loving this series. I want this series to sell. You have to understand, because I want more. I want it to become like a Final Fantasy. But this game went the other way. This game is hardcore JRPG. Even the jokes, even the blades. There's a lot of perverted stuff in this game, let me put it that way. that it's not gonna be liked by a lot of people taste. I am more tolerable to stuff like that because I've been playing JRPGs for many years. But this game went the other way, and I didn't expect that. It's way hardcore JRPG, like way hardcore JRPG. And I still like it. I'm good with the story. I'm loving the story. It's not better than Chronicles 1 in story department, but it's still pretty good. It's better than X. So anyway, all that said, that's my disappointment in this. That's my rant, Caleones, that I wanted this game to be the one that took Chronicles to the mainstream, and it is not a game for that. I think it will keep the main fans, but there's a lot of fans reading the boards in the Chronicles 2 that have been disappointed in this game because they did not have the patience to get through those systems that are frustrating that I just explained. For me, I was lucky that I was able to push through, and then everything clicked, and I fell in love with this game. I fell in love with this game once everything clicked, but a lot of people do not have the patience to say, I'm going to put 60 hours into a game. Oh, it's clicking at 60 hours, right? I think that's tough. If you're in this game, if you have the patience and you put the time and the effort to understand the systems, you will be a happy camper because that game then is going to reward you of your patience. The problem is not a lot of people have that patience. And I understand why there's been some frustration on Twitter and boards of people saying, I don't like this game. But aside, there's still people, they're new fans, first time playing Chronicles, as they're saying they're loving this game because they didn't play the other ones and they're saying they're loving this game. And other people that even say they like the core system, the randomness on the system, because they say that every playthrough could be different. But for OCD peoples like me, that's a bad system because then I need to have all the blades. And right now I'm missing one. And today I opened how many cores and I didn't get it. So I know the frustrations are coming back because I know I'm going to try to get the last blade and it's going to be a struggle. So anyway, love the game. Best JRPG this generation in my opinion. I haven't played Persona 5, so I'm hoping to play it this year and we'll see. But best RPG this generation in my opinion. Way better than Final Fantasy 15. But you have to keep up with it. And that's my frustration with the game. I call this game a flaw masterpiece. It is a flaw masterpiece. And I wish Monolith Soft would have cleaned up those systems better. What Chronicles 1 did better than X and better than 2 is that all the systems were well thought out and they were all there are some flaws in the game. Every game has some flaws, but it was really well polished, well made game compared to the other two, where X even had some things that were a struggle and where 2 is the same thing. And 2 admittedly felt a little bit rushed, Caleones. Even on the performance side, it does feel a little bit rushed. I wish it would have given time. That game crashed on me twice. The first time it crashed, thank God that I had just saved a couple of minutes before. But the second time, I lost an hour of gameplay. And I was mad as hell because I don't have the time to lose an hour of gameplay. Okay? And a lot of people have said in forums that it has crashed on them. So advice for you guys, save a lot. Trust me, save a lot. And that's a rare stance on the performance side because Nintendo games are known to be polished, to taking their time. But it feels that Chronicles needed to hit a date because Nintendo said, we have to hit it. We promised the game, you have to hit it. And they hit it, but it did affect the game. There's some systems in the game, quest structure and stuff, that they were, I don't think, well thought out, which is why the quest structure is not that great on this game. And there's some performance issue in this game. Again, that's my other frustration about this game. Even with all that, Caleones, I love this game. I'm done. That was my rant of Xenoblade Chronicles. Anything you want to add after that long-ass rant of I think, over 15 minutes?
Well, I mean, I guess about the games themselves. On this week's Famitsu sales, the game made it again to the top 15 on sales. It sold like 9,800 copies. So it's right now, if you count digital copies, it's sold over 150,000 in Japan. And when you compare that to the 160,000 that Xenoblade Chronicles 1 sold, so it's well on its way to sell better. So hopefully the game is going to continue, doing great, sales wise, and hopefully people are going to have the patience, like you said, so they can go ahead and wait until the game clicks. Downside is it takes anywhere from 40 to 60 hours until the game gets to that portion. But then again, you were trying to level up and get a couple of things at first, because that's usually how you play. Instead of just going breezing through the story and getting to that point later on. But hopefully they're gonna be patient with it, get there, and enjoy the game like they should. So yeah, and one of those people is Tendo. He's currently on the chat. He said that he's already played. I think it was like how many 112 hours on the game. And he's on chapter 8, so he's already past that point and enjoying the game.
Yep.
He's at level 57 right now.
Yep.
So, but yeah, the game continues to sell well. I haven't seen the sales numbers from the U.S. Like North America and Europe. It's going to be selling better in North America than it will in Europe, anyways. But if it can beat the totals of Xenoblade Chronicles and go hopefully somewhere around 1.5 million to 2 million copies sold in lifetime, I would be ecstatic with those for the game. And hopefully, if they do a remaster of Xenoblade Chronicles X, and then they can fix a couple of the things off it, especially the online and the playing together aspect. But we'll see how it does.
I will say that probably people who just do the story are not trying to understand all the systems. I'm probably gonna enjoy it more and just play through the systems. It's just me, how I play, and like Caleones mentioned, is I have to do everything. I have to understand everything and enjoy it and do everything. And that's why the frustration with me is I'm trying to get all the rare blades. I'm trying to do all the merc missions. I'm trying to farm all this gold because there's a blade that you need 500k to get her core so you can open it. And then her affinity is you have to give her money in her piggy bank. And then you want to open her piggy bank. You have to waste like around, I would say, I don't remember if it was 1.5 or 2 million gold to get her affinity fully open. Grinding time, baby. You have to be salvaging a lot. That's what I mean. Is this game sometimes does not respect your time. And I take that. A Kotaku review said that. Jason Schreier said, I don't like it because it doesn't respect your time. I understand where he's coming from. I really do. It's just this game is not for him. I enjoy it because, yes, it is not respecting my time, but I'm doing it and I'm enjoying it doing it because I'm liking this world. I want to stay here as long as I can. And now that we're back from work, I'm not playing as much, so I have time to just sit back. Today I wasn't at home at all, but I was able to take my Switch and grind a little bit and open cores to see if I could get my last rare blade while I did all the things that I was doing today. So again, great game, awesome game. Tendo, keep at it. If you're liking it, I'm glad because this game deserves the love that it's getting. But I understand the frustration. And I understand if you can't handle it, if you're a person that you just don't have the patience, move on. It's understandable. This game is not meant to you. The only thing I'm going to say is then try to play, give it a chance, try to play Chronicles 1 or X. It is more, I think, more mainstream in the way it was designed compared to this game, which is a hardcore. This is a hardcore JRPG. Anyway, I'm done with Chronicles, but we're not done with Reggie's topics of the week, because the second topic is Hot Baby Caleones. What is that? Explain to me what's going on in the rumor mill.
Well, basically, one of the things they're talking about is possible Nintendo Direct for next week. So that's going to be one of the big ones. If it does happen, we'll see, because that's what we've been talking about and predicting since last year. There's got to be something for Nintendo to announce at the beginning of the year so they can set everything up.
Explain what happened on Amazon. Explain that.
Well, there was, some 18 listings of games that showed up on Amazon. They didn't have any names to it. They didn't have anything attached to it except for a price. There were more listings on there, but normally, I believe 18 listings were at like $59.99. There were a couple of more at around like $99.99. So you could probably do have a guess of this is the regular game. This is like the collector's edition, like they did with Xenoblade Chronicles, like they did with Zelda Breath of the Wild when it's first released. That they have the special edition and the normal. So it showed up out of nowhere. Eventually, it got taken down. But maybe it was Amazon that they accidentally got ahead of what would be a possible announcement by Nintendo pretty soon. So then, this is where we go to what we would call, if the Nintendo Direct does happen, and if it does happen around the 10th or 11th, when it's where everybody's guessing it will, what do you believe they're going to show?
So this is the hot topic, baby. We're going to go into it now, but that Amazon listing is interesting because they did jump on it, supposedly taking, setting up. I'm keep saying that Nintendo needs to show us what's the plan of 2018. I want to be hyped for this system this year. The system gave me everything that I ever wanted in the first year. This is one of the best launch console systems. It gave me my 3 favorite franchises in 1 year. That's messed up, Caleones. So I'm hopeful that I'm gonna get at least one of those games again in the life cycle of the Switch. So I am looking forward to see what's coming. So for the Direct, let's say if the Direct happens on the 11th, like everybody's saying, we're hoping. Everybody's already hype. There's even been like a fake OS, how they show their new supposedly OS, where they even have cloud saving and voice chat in the system. It's too good to be true. But we're hoping even that is true. But there's a lot of things showing that it is not. But still, we're hoping because, yes, the only thing I need right now is cloud saving. Imagine if I lose my save from Xenoblade Chronicles. I am done with Nintendo. You better give me that.
Or Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Zelda Breath of the Wild. I am done. Mario, I'm good if I lose that one because I can do it again. That's a quick one. But anyway, so here's what I expect. I expect there are going to be some game announcements. The first game that I expect that is going to be announced. Let's do this, Caleones. Let's say 5 announcements you believe they're going to do. Okay?
Okay, well, we already got Tendo and Devin on the chat board. They're talking about what they believe is going to be announced. So,
hit it
so we got, Tendo is saying that Animal Crossing, and also some sort of port or remaster, and hopefully the Virtual Console as well.
Yep.
And of course like adding about some Splatoon stuff as well. Tendo is a big fan of Splatoon. And how we play Splatoon here every Wednesday.
Yep.
On the streaming Wednesday. So we love Splatoon. Hopefully, we're going to get even more on that. Devin is talking about it's going to be like the 3 new games. One is going to be Pikmin 4, then it's going to be the Animal Crossing Switch, and Smash Brothers port for the Switch. So not Smash Brothers 5, but the port.
Yep.
So that's what they're saying. So what do you think about those predictions? And are yours the same or different?
So I'm taking a couple of you guys. So here's the first one that I want. I want Pikmin 4. I love Pikmin 3 on the Wii U. I wasn't a Pikmin fan. Like Pikmin 3 was my first Pikmin, right? And I was like, because I thought, Pikmin looks funny. Bunch of little grass, and you kill those grasses to save yourself. Anyway, it's a little bit of slavery. But anyway, I feel bad for the Pikmin. But once you play the game, all the puzzles in the game, the structure, you feel when you Pikmin, some of their Pikmin die when you're fighting a monster or whatever. You feel it. And the story, even though they didn't use Omar in this game, in Pikmin 3, you use different characters. You use 3 different captains in this case, and the maps were bigger, so you had to do puzzles from this captain in this section on the map, from this captain in this section on the map, from this captain in this section on the map, so that way you could get to your goal. So that was interesting. So Pikmin 3 was a great game. So I'm hoping for Pikmin 4, right? Second game that I want Luigi's Mansion 3. Luigi Mansion 2 on the 3DS was awesome, Caleones. I played that game a lot. Did most of it. My son and I like to play it online and just play as teams and go through the house together and try to get the different ghosts that you can capture. And I love Ghostbusters. So Luigi's Mansion 2 kind of gave me like Ghostbusters feelings. And you know how much I love Ghostbusters 3 or Ghostbusters on the PlayStation 3. So I am hoping full HD with the Switch, Luigi's Mansion 3. That's my hope. That's number 2, right? Number 3 that I think Smash port. I agree. I would love to have a Smash port with all the DLC because I don't have all the DLC. I don't even have Cloud. And Cloud is one of my favorite characters from Final Fantasy. But again, because I kept using Shulk when I was playing Smash, then who cares, right? So I am hoping that we get a Switch port from for for Smash. My hope number 4. I know we're talking Xenoblade. I wouldn't mind seeing X ported to the Switch, even maybe the original in full HD. Like, why not? Like, let's do it. Let's have that game ready to keep that hunger for the Xenoblade fans, so that Xenoblade fans can see them. I would prefer the Chronicles 1, so people who didn't get a chance to 2 can see that Chronicles 1 is a little bit more easy to digest. Battle system is easier. The quest structure is better. And the world is better to explore, right? It's even bigger. And I missed that when it was my rant. So that would be number 4, right? And number 5, let me see. I guess I don't want to say Animal Crossings because you're gonna say that, right? You're gonna show that. But number 5 for me would be the release date or footage for Metroid Prime 4 and Bayonetta 3. And there's some rumors, supposedly they're going to be this year. I don't think Bayonetta maybe, but I don't think Metroid Prime is going to be this year. But it would be nice to see something about it that says that it's going to come this year. And then you have, to me, that's a good year. You have Luigi's Mansion, Pikmin 4, a port from Smash, a port from Xenoblade Chronicles, and then Bayonetta and Metroid Prime 4. We're good to go. We're good to go. That's my dream, Caleones. That's what I want to see. What do you want to see?
Okay, so I mean, like games that you guys already said, like the Animal Crossing games, the Pikmin games. I mean, of course, I would like to see those. I mean, you already know that I've said before. When it comes to Animal Crossing, people don't understand that that's a system seller. Animal Crossing sells a lot of systems. It's sold great, back on the previous systems as well. And it's something that's going to help Nintendo push what Kimishima said, that he plans or he anticipates selling 20 million Nintendo Switches this year. So if they want to sell 20 million Nintendo Switch this year, Animal Crossing is going to be one of those games that they have to release. The Smash port, it's going to be a port. It's not going to be a new one. If they release a new one, it's not going to be until probably like 2 years from now. But we've already seen how great Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has been selling. It's only, a couple of battle tracks, and improvement on the graphics from the Wii U version. But this is something that Nintendo can do easily, that they can upgrade the game, and that they can make a lot of money and make a lot of profit on it. So Smash port is going to be something that I think will happen this year. And I'm glad it didn't happen last year, because you've already have ARMS, you already have Splatoon 2, so you need to kind of like let people breathe a little when it comes to the multiplayer games and online games. And I think Smash port would be something that would release alongside the Nintendo Switch Online once it's available. So then from those, you move over to we're gonna see something about Fire Emblem. So we already know.
Oh yeah, right. That's true. Yep.
Yeah, Fire Emblem Switch is gonna be coming out this year, so they have to show something about the Fire Emblem game. I know the Bayonetta 1 and 2 are coming out in February. They already showed like a teaser trailer for Bayonetta 3, so that's something else that I would expect for them to show. And Metro Prime 4, I think we're gonna see something this year at some point about the game.
Maybe E3 probably, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's probably gonna be E3, but I'm hoping somehow that Nintendo can start showing the new Pokemon, because if they're able to release Animal Crossing and then Pokemon in 2018, that's how you sell the 20 million units next year. That's how you sell 20 million Nintendo Switch systems for 2018. So I believe that's something that has to be shown. I know that the Pokemon Company, they tend to like do things themselves, and that's something that they may want to like show on one of their own directs and not alongside Nintendo. But we're talking about the first direct of the year, and it's going to be Nintendo laying the groundwork for what's going to happen in the first half of the year, and then having E3 so they can show what's going to happen on the second portion of it, second half of 2018. So of course, yeah, like if the rumor about the new OS, everything that they showed on it, hopefully all of it would become reality. But there's certain things out there that are saying that it's probably fake. So who knows, if that's going to be something. And like they said on the board, like Tendo said about the virtual console. So virtual console, I think, is something that we will see or hear about with alongside the Nintendo Switch Online, because we got to know how that's going to work. So yes, we're going to get a game each month. We're going to be able to play that game, or do we get to keep it, not keep it? Is it going to be, I mean, that's virtual console game from the NES, Super NES? Like, what is it going to be? So we need more information on those. So and I think I mean there were some rumors as well about either a Link Between Worlds or a remaster of Link to the Past or something. So that's floating around as well. So we're not sure if it's going to be for the 3DS or if Nintendo is finally going to start moving their 3DS games over to the Switch. So what I mean is we've already gotten Breath of the Wild last year. So it might not be another 3 or 4 years until we see probably what I think will be a sequel to Breath of the Wild on the Switch. So in between those two games, we're gonna get a remaster of Skyward Sword, or we're gonna get a Link Between Worlds, or a 2D Zelda games for the Switch. Um, so we'll see what happens with that. Devin is saying that he does disagree with the direct plan. Um, that they will tell us most of their first party lineup for the year, like last year, and use E3 to build on those announcements and tease 2019. So he thinks of he's talking about the direct as the Nintendo Switch presentation that they had, back in 2017 and in January. So um, I mean, hopefully it's going to be as big. Hopefully it's going to be something that's going to last
We'll see.
40, 45 minutes. That it's not going to be, like 15, 17, 20 minutes. That's going to be something longer. And for me, hopefully it's going to be something that's going to be dedicated for the Switch, and that we're going to see the 3DS, start to take a backseat, because we love the 3DS, but the 3DS has been around for 7 years, and the Switches was going to carry Nintendo over for the next, 4 or 5 years. So, but anything else you want to add?
No, I don't think I was gonna say is the virtual console. I don't expect it, because I hear that there are rumors that they delayed the online even more till fall. So I think the online is gonna have its own thing, like its own direct, where they really explain the online, because they're gonna have to really sell to people why they have to spend $20 a month. That is a big sell, and more people, a lot of people, even Nintendo fans, they're a little bit
$20 a year.
20. Excuse me. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. $20 a year.
Yeah, don't scare people away. Come on.
Don't scare. I apologize. $20 a year. But there's still a lot of skeptics of the Nintendo Online, right? So Nintendo really needs to show why online you have to pay the $20 a year, and that show the value for those $20, right? So I believe that the virtual console is going to be a no-show at all on this presentation. I think they're going to have more third-party surprises that we don't know about. So I expect another Doom to show up in this direct for sure. But I'm hoping. Like I said, I want to see why I need to fall in love with this system again all over, since I already fall in love with it in 2017. I want to see why 2018 is gonna be so awesome. If they give me Luigi's Mansion 3 and Pikmin, I'm good to go. I think it'd be a good year, and a couple of surprises here and there. You're good to go. So anyway, if you don't have anything else to add to that direct, Caleones.
Well, I'm gonna say something else in support of this, but it's gonna move us over to the next topic, and this is coming from Business Wire, and on their article about Nintendo Switch becomes the fastest selling home video game system of all time in the U.S. So something they were saying on here is that this year, Nintendo Switch owners can look forward to Nintendo published games like Kirby Star Allies, Bayonetta 2, and a new game starring Yoshi. Fans can also expect continued support from major publishers such as EA, Activision, Ubisoft, Capcom, Sega, Take-Two, Bethesda, plus a growing catalog of quality content from indie developers. So basically, they're telling you that EA, Activision, Ubisoft, Capcom, Sega, Take-Two, Bethesda, that you can expect games from those. So yes, we already know about Wolfenstein 2, coming out from Bethesda. Capcom, they have the Mega Man game collection coming out as well. Sega, unless they're talking about Bayonetta in conjunction with them, but I think that is mostly Nintendo. I mean, you could say in a way it's Nintendo owned right now, but yeah, I mean you have other companies on there that we can expect games from them. So how many games from their catalog? We're not sure. That's what the directs are going to be for. Hopefully, some of those games are going to be shown on there. But we can look forward to first party and third party games to be shown.
So what I'm hoping with this system, Caleones, where you were mentioning all the third party, and we'll get straight to that news about Nintendo becoming the fastest selling hardware console in the US. That I'm hoping that Nintendo learns one more lesson, and is that you need to give out those developmental kits for the next system a little bit sooner. You want to have the third party prepare games for you, because you could even have even more first year and even more in the second year. So I'm hoping they take lessons learned, and then we'll see continued support. I am happy with the support it's getting. The indies are, again, and here's what I'm asking: Nintendo, no Black Tiger on your eShop. Please keep trying to get quality indie games. Give that Nintendo seal approval. I know there's gonna be a Black Tiger here and there that is gonna pop in and you won't notice, but keep them low as possible, right? Don't become Steam. Steam is just full of shit right now. Anyway, going to that news though. I mean, the Switch is selling great. So I think the biggest question would be, can he maintain it? And I still stand with my prediction that the Switch is gonna land his lifetime sales around 70 to 80 million. And the reason I say that is Nintendo is not gonna wait 7 years or 8 years to get the system a new upgrade. I think Nintendo is gonna keep it short. I think console life cycles are gonna go smaller. So I expect the Switch in between year 4, year 5, you're gonna start hearing about its successor. Or Nintendo could take the approach of Microsoft and Sony, and then maybe extend the life cycle by making a Switch Pro or a Switch X or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? That you get more power, and games like Xenoblade, who are a little bit badly optimized, can have a better life with better graphics, a little bit of better resolution, where maybe the dock is the one that pushes the game to 1080p or more consistent frames. Then you can play Breath of the Wild with 60 frames, hopefully. I don't know, but I'm just dream like that maybe then will get them to 100 million. But I expect Nintendo in 4 to 5 years getting a new console, if they don't decide to extend the lifespan with a Pro or an X type of system, right? So I think Nintendo's doing great. I am happy for the system. This is what happened when you have a good product. The Wii U, I thought it was a fine system. People didn't like it. Hey, that's okay. They didn't like the tablet controller. The good part about this system, I believe, what hurt the Wii U is the name. Everybody was done with the Wii. And even though a lot of people hate the Wii, and I love the Wii, I don't understand why the Wii gets so much shit. But even though a lot of people hate the Wii, bringing the name Wii U to this new system really hurt it, because no one knew if it was a new system, if it was a tablet that connected to the Wii. And that was a lot of confusion. I even remember when they did the presentation on E3, I was like, is this like a tablet controller for the Wii? I'm confused. I myself, until after E3 that they show the system behind glass, I'm like, oh, this is a new system. They just showed the tablet during the E3 presentation. So Nintendo learned a lot of lessons from the Wii U, and that's Nintendo. Nintendo, they always gonna try to do something new, and they're gonna have some misfires, and they're gonna have good, hot product like the Switch. They hit it this time. Hopefully they can keep the momentum. A healthy Nintendo is a good for the industry. I want Nintendo to stay as long as possible, because they're the only ones, even though they're embracing the DLC a little bit, they haven't gone full on dark side yet. So they still making my single player games, which is what I like to play, right? So you know, I am happy of the sales for the Switch. It deserves. I love the system. Look at it right here. I even bought. Look at how that red neon looks. Oh, a beautiful, beautiful system right now. And the reason I say that is I even bought to matching colors because I wanted to. You know, I spent how much money I spent with this. You guys can see in the back there my full collection here. Let me show. This is how much I love this system. This is how many games I bought for the system in a short period of time. That's way more than Caleones gonna show his too. That's way more than look at that. He's thinking his pile is bigger than mine. Let me see. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger than mine. I think he's beating me by like 4 or 5 games, maybe 3. I don't know. Anyway, my point to that is that
but this is physical, not counting digital. Which I have a lot more digital games than physical.
That's true. But I like physical, so it's fine. Anyway, joking aside, that shows you how I have embraced the system. He has taken away time from my precious PlayStation, and that's fine because I love all these games. So I'm happy that he's selling well. So anyway, anything to add, Caleones?
I mean, nothing really. I mean, like Devin said on there, same thing. Kimishima said Nintendo was, they plan on Nintendo selling 20 million copies in 2018, and a great way to do it would be Animal Crossing, then Smash, and Pokemon, and there you have the 20 million sold. So, even you said you don't play Pokemon. You've never played it before.
I play Yellow. I play Yellow.
Well, that was the very first one in the original Game Boy. You haven't played it since, but that you would be getting the one on the Switch. Yep. One, to support them, but also that with the HD Pokemon, you might jump into it and try it out.
Yep. No, I will try it out. I think it's a good game. Again, games like that, like I said, what made me fall in love way more with the Switch was Xenoblade Chronicles, because grinding is so much better when you have a system you can take with you and you can still do your adult stuff, but then when you get breaks in between, you're doing that grinding, and you could be collecting Pokemon, or you could be grinding for cores to try to get your last rare blade, and stuff like that. RPGs are perfect. I am hoping, that's a game I forgot. I am hoping Octopath Traveler releases this year, because again, RPGs are coming back dear to my heart. That's the only thing I used to play on the PlayStation era, and of course, when you grow as an adult, it's really hard to to play RPGs because they take so much time and investment. But the Switch makes that time and investment that you spend on RPGs doable because of the portable nature of the system, right? So yeah, I'm hoping it sells the 20 million, sells all the millions that you need. That means that more third-party support. That means that maybe more RPGs come to the system, Caleones, which I believe, because how well it's selling in Japan. Like every RPG, and you're gonna see some news on the Onuma's Nintendo news burst where
we talked about it. And last week we talked about it. Square Enix saying that they're gonna start bringing their older catalog over. Yeah. So there you go.
So my point was that RPG that there is gonna be Caleones is gonna talk about soon. It was announced for the Vita and the Switch. And that's where I believe that we're going to start seeing more JRPGs and more Japanese games coming to the Switch. Anyway, good sales. I'm happy for Nintendo. But now we're done with the topics. So Reggie's body is already done and it's feeling good. But we're going to switch it up where Caleones is going to read rapid fire. And I may say one comment about that news when he talks about it. But that's it, because we're going to move fast. Because we're going to move to Anumas. Nintendo's news burst. Caleones, take it away with number 1.
Okay, so number 1 news is that Famitsu provided their sales data from December 25th to the 31st, and surprisingly, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe came out on top. So you had Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, you have Splatoon 2, Super Mario Odyssey 3, Pokemon Ultra, Sun and Moon 4, Mario Party the top 105. Yokai Watch Busters 2, number 6. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, number 7. 1-2 Switch at number 8. Earth Defense Force 5, number 9. And ARMS coming in at number 10. So those were the top 10 for there. So yeah, nice to see some of those games, making a comeback and coming back up. We did say about Xenoblade Chronicles 2 finally breaking the 150,000 copies sold. So that's news article number one. Then going over to news article number two is the Amazon 10 best-selling games in 2017, which included 7 Nintendo Switch titles on the top 10. Number one was Super Mario Odyssey. Number two, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Number three, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Number four, Horizon Zero Dawn. Number five, Call of Duty World War II on the PS4. Number six, Call of Duty World War IV on the Xbox One. Number seven was Splatoon 2. Number 8, Pokemon Ultra Sun. Number 9, Pokemon Ultra Moon. And number 10, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild on the Wii U. So those were the top 10 best-selling games.
So I'm going to intervene really quickly. So I like this. A lot of single-player games just beat Call of Duty on Amazon. That's that's what I was like, what? Really? But anyway, keep going.
And Call of Duty was the only multiplayer game out of all of them.
Yeah. I'm proud of my peeps. Let's go to number three.
News article number three, and this is the rumor that we were talking about, that there was a video showing the Nintendo Switch firmware 5.0, and on that one they showed folders, they showed like Virtual Console, they showed cloud saving, and the video since then has been taken down, so it could be one. Whoever showed the video just took it down to give it more authenticity, or Nintendo made them take it down. Like we were talking over here with the Nintendo Shigeru News crew on the board. So that's news article number three.
Fake news. Go ahead.
Going over to number four, and this is coming from Japan. Nintendo Switch games are reportedly suffering from shortages. So they're talking about a lot of major titles, including Breath of the Wild and Xenoblade Chronicles 2, have been back ordered. So that means that they're sold out. They have no copies of those games.
Oh, wow.
And they're trying to make more. One thing that should be noted is that I believe like Breath of the Wild and I believe Xenoblade Chronicles 2, doesn't matter if you have a game from outside a different territory. If you load it on the system, the language is going to be the same as the system. So this could be something that they could be, could be fixing, pretty soon. So if they pull some games from other territories, but at least that's great that they've been selling, well like that. So moving over to number five, Nintendo Norway, their website says that Bayonetta 3, Metroid Prime 4 will be coming out in 2018. So you already talked about that. If the games do make it out, it's going to be, like a great way to get up there when it comes to the 20 million system sold by Kimishima statement. But we'll see what happens with that. Nintendo article number five, this Gaia 5 has sold 200,000 copies on Nintendo Switch, and that the publisher has more games coming soon as well. So it's always great to hear stories about how those games, the non-first party Nintendo games, have been selling on the system. So great to hear that they've sold that many copies. We have another rumor, and this one's the Nintendo PR reps apparently contacting sites about a Zelda: A Link Between Worlds quote. So they're talking to websites like to have them feature those quotes on A Link Between Worlds, and this is building speculation that either they're working on Link Between Worlds HD for the Switch, or that they're working on a remaster of A Link to the Past, or it could just be a re-release of the game on the 3DS. So who knows? But hopefully, hopefully it's going to be something where the game will be coming out on Switch. So we'll see what happens with that.
I wouldn't mind an HD 1080p HD version of Link Between Worlds on the Switch. The sad part is I replayed that game last year, so I don't want to play it again. But still, anyway, go to number 7, Caleones.
Okay, number 7 is Phantasy Star Online 2 on the Switch won't need updates because it's constantly running on the cloud. So for those people that have been worrying about the cost of the games, because of the cartridges or running out of memory, you don't have to worry. The game will be online. Sad thing about the game is they haven't really said if it's going to be coming out outside of Japan. When they showed the direct, it was featured only on the Japanese direct, not on the one from the US. So we'll see what happens with that one.
You want that game. I know you want that game. And
Yes.
let me intervene quickly on the news burst. Tendo asked, "Is agriculture puppies specialist field?" I know that joke. I understood it, Tendo. Every time you do a field skill on Xenoblade, they say the same quirk, the same sentence, and Poppy always say that. So I started laughing when he said that, and I would say yes, agriculture is Poppy's special skills. Anyway, go to number 8, Caleones.
Okay, so another one is that a team of hackers have Switch custom firmware coming that will work on all Switch versions. So what does this mean? Is that one, that they've hacked the Nintendo Switch, and two, that is future proof. So it doesn't matter if Nintendo updates it later on, that the hack is still going to be there. So if this happens, what I believe is going to happen is one, I mean, of course, there's going to be a lower sales when it comes to the games. First party games are not really going to suffer that much. Third party games, maybe not, but a lot more people are going to be buying the Switch if they know that they can get more games on the system. So, I mean, hopefully it's not going to affect the company sales wise, but they will be selling more games. So what do you think of this?
This one, I'll say quick. I don't like it. It can improve the sales, like the PlayStation Portable sold 82 million units, but I'll bet you like 40 million of those were because you can hack it and put a lot of emulators on it. And the Vita has suffered because it hasn't been hacked. So I don't know, whatever that Sony did on the Vita, that hasn't been hacked. But I don't like the Switch being hacked. The Switch is doing fine like it is. I don't want to see it suffer with sales. I prefer in a couple of years that emulators come out and then you can then use, the ROM from your own game and transfer it and then play it on high definition. I don't like hacking the Switch, but we'll see what happens.
Well, I mean, it happened with the Wii U. The Wii U was hacked a couple of months after it was released, but the hackers didn't release the firmware until the end of life of the Wii U. So they knew that if they released it first, it would hurt Nintendo in a way. So the Wii U hurt Nintendo anyways, but they held it off until the end of it. So it might, same thing might happen with this one. We probably won't see it for another 2 or 3 years later on. Moving over to the next news article, we have Fury coming to the Nintendo Switch on January 11th. So that's going to be one game that's going to be coming out on the system. Then we have Zeo Drifter coming to the Nintendo Switch as well. And this one will be releasing soon. I don't believe they don't have a specific release date for the game yet. We have a remake of the War of Genesis 2 is coming to the Nintendo Switch, but this one will be on 2019 using the Unreal Engine 4. We have Circle and announces the Mercenary Saga Chronicles that will be coming over to the Nintendo Switch as well, with no release date. And that pretty much covers all the articles that I have for today.
So typically we would go to something else. So give me a second. If you have any questions, this is the time. Aside from Tendo and that joke with Puppy, that was a good one. If you guys have any more questions, please submit them right now while I look for something quick here to send Caleones.
But I already have the.
Oh, you have it up?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Oh, okay. Then I'm closing my window right now. I thought I always send you the list, so I forgot about it. So anyway, if that's the case, since Caleones has it. So, well, let me see. We got some questions. Go ahead. Can you, Caleones, read Devin's question?
Yeah, Devin is asking, what's one unrealistic first-party game would you like to come to the Nintendo Switch this year? So what game that you know that it will absolutely not come out this year that you would like for it to come out this year?
Luigi's Odyssey.
So you want the Luigi's the new Super Mario or new Super Luigi treatment for the Super Mario Odyssey game?
I would love, because new Super Mario Brothers U and the new Luigi U. I forgot the title. The new Luigi U was challenging, a good game, and I had a lot of fun with the challenge. So the thing that hurt Odyssey was the non-challenge on the game. So I would like Luigi Odyssey to be the one kind of like that same vein that is just to bring challenge to the game, even with the same world maps and stuff like that, but make the moons harder to get with Luigi. So yeah, that would be my dream. Yours?
Well, for me, I would love if Nintendo could somehow do Wii Sports, but make it a Switch Sports. Switch Sports, have it with leaderboards, have it with online gameplay, and just embrace the whole aspect of being able to take the Switch, pair it up with other systems. But I want those leaderboards. I want those online games. I want the online aspect of it and the competitive portion. So Switch Sports, if that could be, that could come out. The Joy-Cons are ready for it. They have the IR, they have, they have the HD Rumble, they have all of it. It's ready. They just need the game.
Okay. Tendo asked a question. Go ahead. Can you say it, Caleones?
Okay. He's asking, what would you like to see in a new Mario Maker game?
Well, I'll go first quickly. Yeah. What I would like to see is like United. Make a new Super Mario Brothers U. Call it New Super Mario Brothers Switch U or Switch, right? And then have Mario Maker included. So what I would like to see is a story mode with using the tools for Mario Maker, a proper story mode with Mario Maker, but with the tools like the developers themselves did, like Little Big Planet. Give me an example. Little Big Planet had a proper story mode, even though the platforming sucked on that game, but it had a proper story mode, and then it had the tools to make all the games that you want. So that's what I would like to see. I would like to see a Mario Maker where the developers themselves make a good story mode, but then you have all the tools that you can make whatever stage you can, and you can even use the stages, the comp made by the developers, and remix those stages and create your own story mode and send it out for people to play. That would be what I would like to see. And you, Caleones?
Okay, well, if we're strictly talking about Mario Maker, then yeah, the story mode would be something that I would love to see on there. Have you type the text, even if the characters are not going to be talking, but type it in and be able to get engage on that portion of it. But more than a Mario Maker game, I would like to see a Zelda Maker game. If we could get a Zelda Maker, have it like those. Like the retro, original Legend of Zeldas, or the Link to the Past, or those types. It doesn't necessarily need to be like Breath of the Wild. You can stop at probably a Link Between World or something like that. But I really believe Zelda Maker could be very possible. From the top down view, it would be easy to design the world. And switching between the different graphics from the original 8 bits all the way to the 3DS type HD graphics. So that's what I would love to see. It's certainly possible, and it would make you you can really build a pretty engaging story. You've seen the RPG Maker game, so Nintendo could very well do it. So that's what I would love to see.
Good. Now, finally, I apologize. I thought I didn't have the list, but Caleones had the list, so he had it. So finally, Caleones, if I wanted to go to a store and know what's the hottest Nintendo games, oh my god, which is the store you would like to go to?
Well, it's going to be the Shigeru's Mini Market, which is got to be a supermarket by now. Come on, Dantes. You at some point you got to admit it.
We'll see. We'll see where it goes. But still, Mini Market. Go ahead, Caleones. What's the list today?
Okay, well, it's not going to be that many games, for this year. Nintendo's finally catching a breather. But, for the last week, starting on the 28th, we have the SteamWorld Heist Ultimate Edition, released on the 28th. The King of Fighters 96 on the 28th. Stickball Dodgeball Adventure Deluxe, released on the 4th. Pick-a-Picks Deluxe on the 4th. NBA Playgrounds released again, but this one is with the enhanced edition on the 4th. Grand Prix Rockin' Racing on January 4th, and the King of Monsters on January 4th. So those were the games releasing for this month.
Small week, but understandable. Like you said, they're catching their breath. We'll see after that direct. Hopefully that direct is coming next week. And if that direct happens, get in and get out. It's going to be there just to give you guys a heads up. Anyway, Caleones, that was a fun show. I like the new structure. I don't know why. It seems like we had a good time with this new structure. You guys tell us if you liked it or you wish to go back to the old structure. But we'll see.
Before you continue, I want to say thank you, to Devin. Thank you to Tendo. Those are from Shigeru News. So Tendo and Devin from Shigeru News, thank you for dropping by and engaging on the chat room.
You guys are the man. So thank you so much.
Yeah. Oh, and Tendo, he's ending the stream on a downer. What if the direct doesn't happen?
Yeah, we're gonna be crying probably because we're too hype already. I'm ready. My butt. Hey, let me do it. Here we go. Number 4.
My body is ready.
My body's ready. Come on. You know how I'm saying.
Well, if the Cleveland Browns had a parade of over 3,000 people celebrating that they went winless for the year, that happened, I think it was today or yesterday. Imagine what we're gonna do if Nintendo doesn't have a direct by next week. We're probably gonna do the same. So you'll see us over there too.
No parades. Anyway, with that, we're done, baby. Thank you so much for joining us in this episode of the Get In and Get Out Nintendo podcast. Every Saturday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Please remember to subscribe, like, and comment so you can make these two crazy MFs happy. Give me 1 second because I choke on my own saliva. And let me put the outro music too while I go there. There we go. Some Xenoblade music. Beautiful Xenoblade music. Anyway, if you don't want to see our ugly faces, hey, we got a solution for you, right, Caleones? Go to SoundCloud and iTunes and download this podcast for free. Rate us over there so you can show up some love. Also, we do have a Facebook page when we want to. Call at Force In Unison Gaming. Also, go to the description box below and see the full channel schedule. Remember, Tuesday, Force In Unison Live, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Wednesday, streaming Wednesdays with Caleones where he plays Platoon with the peeps. So I want you guys to be there next week. It is always hot. And of course, Saturday, we do this little show here, the Get In and Get Out Nintendo podcast. So, hey, join us when you guys have a chance. And finally, go to chiguerosnews.com and give some clicks and love to my boy, Caleones. With all that said, thank you again for joining us. Long live Nintendo. See you guys.